Hello everyone, this is Mr. Harper, and we're going to continue our discussion on the skeletal system today. Remember, a skeletal system are composed of our bones and joints, and composed of ligaments and cartilage, and our bones do lots of things for us, such as give us support and protect our internal organs and store minerals and make blood and help us move. So we talked a lot about what the bones are made out of and how they develop. Today I want to talk about joints. That's the focus of today's lecture, joints. So a joint is simply a place where two or more bones meet and attach together. And there are movable joints, and they're held together by strong elastic bands of tissue called ligaments. And we talked about the ACL, anterior cruciate ligament, that is in your knee in class. And also a joint that moves has articular cartilage. We've talked about this. It's smooth and slippery substance that covers the ends of bones in a joint that move to allow them to move without friction and pain. So a little bit of review on that point. Now, let's talk a little bit more specifically about joints. There are three main kinds based on how much movement they allow. There are joints that are called fibrous joints. They are immovable. Those are found in your cranium, and they are called sutures. There are many bones in your cranium. They are joined together by sutures or fibrous joints that do not move at all. The second kind of joint is called a cartilaginous joint, and allows a little bit of movement. A couple of examples of cartilaginous joints are the joints between the vertebrae of our vertebral column, between this vertebrae and this vertebrae and that vertebrae, that allow a little bit of movement. And also another example is in your rib cage that we talked about in class, since that's a cartilage in that rib cage, and that's why they're called cartilaginous joints, because these joints involve cartilage flexing. The third kind of joints are called synovial joints, and they allow a whole lot of movement. For example, your knee joint or your hip joint or your fingers or your toes are all examples of cartilaginous joints. So those are the three main kinds of joints based on how much movement they allow. So here's a picture of a fibrous joint. These sutures right here, these sutures are jagged lines that form between two bones of the skeleton. And these sutures, once they are formed, no movement at all. Primary place that you're going to find these fibrous and movable joints in the cranium. Cartilaginous joints allowed slight movable, not a whole lot, but slight. Examples of ribs and the vertebrae. So this darker area on the ribs, that is all cartilage. And that cartilage has to flex and expand and contract every time you breathe. So it moves, but it moves just a little bit. And the movement is truly made up of cartilage that is more flexible than bone flexing. That's what causes that slight movement. The third kind of joints, synovial joints, are freely movable. Like, for example, here in your shoulder, here you see the cartilage on the end of that to allow the movement. This joint has a fluid in it called synovial fluid. That's where that synovial fluid gets its name, because of the synovial joint. And it permits a whole lot of movement. In fact, this shoulder joint allows a great range of movement. So there are 5 kinds of freely movable joints I want you to be aware of. There's a joint called a ball and socket. There's a freely movable joint called a hinge joint. One called a pivot joint. One called a saddle joint. And one called a gliding joint. These are not all of them, but those are the 5 main ones that I want you to be aware of. So let's take a look at each of these in this picture. So first, saddle joint. The primary location of saddle joints, the base of your thumb and the base of your knuckles. And you can see why it's called a saddle, because you got this round thing, and here's this semicircle piece of bone, and then this round piece of bone, and the round bone sets in the indentation or the saddle of this other bone, and it lets the two bones rotate around each other. That's a saddle joint. Bases of thumbs is the big one I want you to be aware of there. Here is the big place where there's a saddle joint. Second one is called ball and socket. Ball and socket is called that because it has a ball, here it is, that fits into an indentation, a socket, in this second piece, in this square piece. The big place you're going to see a ball and socket joint is your shoulder and your hip. And they allowed a really great range of motion. Think about your arm. You can put your arm out, you can put it up, you can put your arm down, you can extend it forward, you can extend it backwards, and a whole lot of range in between. It allows the greatest range of motion in any joint, any synovial freely movable joint in your body. Two big places, shoulder, hip. The third kind of joint is called a pivot joint, and this allows something to move or pivot around a stationary centerpiece. The big place you see a pivot joint is right here in your elbow. And then there's also in the elbow a hinge joint. A hinge joint allows back and forth motion. So you have two joints here. Now the hinge joint allows you to extend your arm and then back, out and back. But once you have your arm out, for example, you can also rotate it and turn your hand over. Turning your hand over is the pivot point right here. It's a circular around motion. And you pivot like this. But closing your elbow and extending it, opening and closing your arm at your elbow, that back and forth motion, that's the hinge piece of that. Now another place you can find a hinge joint is your knee. Back and forth, which is what your elbow does, back and forth, in and out, in and out. You also have hinge joints in your fingers, like at your second knuckle. You can bend your fingers up and down, back and forth, in and out. Same way with your toes. So hinge joints are very common in our bodies, and they allow motion back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The last kind of joint is called a gliding joint, and that's where two or more bones just glide over top of one another. The primary place you find gliding joints in our bodies are the bones of our wrists and the bones of our ankles. Okay, so this last one, the condyloid joint, don't worry about that. We're not going to talk about that. But these are all kinds of freely movable joints. Saddle, ball and socket, pivot, hinge, gliding. So a little bit of vocabulary for these freely movable joints, these synovial joints. Ligaments are connective tissue that connect bone to bone. They are flexible pieces of tissue. And tendons look much like ligaments, except instead of connecting a bone to a bone, they connect a bone to a muscle or even muscles to muscles. In freely movable joints, there is synovial fluid. It's a lubricating fluid, kind of an oily, greasy fluid found in that synovial joint between the bones that helps reduce friction along with the cartilage. Bursa. Freely movable joints have these little sacs that are called bursae that are filled with a fluid, and they are little tiny cushions, because that fluid is like, imagine a water balloon in your knee that didn't pop, and it just kind of cushions that joint. They're really, really small. And the last thing is, in your knee you have a pad of cartilage called a meniscus. It's a pad that freely floats between the bones, between the tibia and the femur in the knee joint, and this pad is just what it sounds like. It's a pad. It's a cushioning pad called the meniscus. So here's an example in the knee. We'll point out a couple of these things. Right here, this is a tendon because it connects a muscle to a bone. This bone right here, the patella, your kneecap. Here's this little cushioning pad, this bursa, filled with fluid. Here's a ligament connecting a bone to another bone. There's cartilage on the, and there's synovial fluid in there. They can't really show you the fluid while they tried to. A little bit of fat here. But there's this pad of cartilage here. This is the meniscus. It's a free-floating pad of cartilage in between these bones. All right, so we've talked about joints today. A joint is a place where two or more bones meet. There are various kinds of joints. There are joints that don't move at all. There are joints that move a little bit. And there are joints that move freely. We've talked about those three kinds of joints and where you can find them in your body. More to come.